Good afternoon and hello, California. This is Patrick Harbison again week with some amazing profiles of nonprofits from across the state. I am so excited about today's. We have Erika with us today from Loaves Fishes, which is truly an amazing organization that does so much good in and around the entire community. Erika, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, Patrick, thank you so much for having us. We're so excited to be joining you today for our promise. This is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. The pleasure is all ours. So right off the bat, can you tell us a little bit about your organization and the good work that you do?
Yeah, so Loaves and Fishes is an organization that is born and bred out of the Sacramento community. It's tethered to the Sacramento narrative around poverty justice, around respite and relief for people experiencing homelessness. And rather than me kind of droning on about our overview, I would love to kind of share out what our campus is about and really grasp at the heart of what we do by sharing this really quick video.
Great.
I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here.
We love a visual.
All right. Let's see if it plays.
It's fabulous that you have these digital features.
Third world country. This is Sacramento, California, capital of one of the richest states and one of the wealthiest nations on earth. Often the people living in such poverty are called the homeless, making the word homeless into a depersonalizing noun. But the word homeless is an adjective. These are not the homeless, they are homeless people. People without a home. They are homeless fathers, mothers, children, families. See beyond the tents to the people who dwell therein. Open your eyes so you can see the beauty. See them as human beings. See them as family, as Dan and Chris Delaney saw them when they started Loaves and Fishes in 1983. They began serving food to hungry people, first from their van, but then from a converted bar at North Sea and 12th Streets. Loaves and Fishes has expanded far beyond a food kitchen to a 4.5-acre oasis, now providing survival services for homeless men, women, and children in an environment of welcome, hospitality, safety, and cleanliness.
So that is, that video really captures in a lot of ways our campus community. Loaves and Fishes is a process
We are being censored.
Oops.
America's news
Can you hear that
no
still?
longer provide.
Yes. Yeah, we might.
You can. There we go.
There you go.
Okay. So yeah, Loaves and Fishes has just been, you know, in terms of the Loaves and Fishes Sacramento community, that narrator is from Don. He's our board member. And I think it just really captures who we are. We provide survival services to nearly 1,000 adults and children daily.
Wow.
Our main purpose is to provide warm meals and anything that you can think of as survival items for people experiencing homelessness, people who are unhoused. We also have a mustard seed emergency school for children. They're just starting their back to school year now. So those questions of what does it look like for our children right now returning back to school, and then imagining what that looks like for kiddos who are also unhoused. These are some of the challenges that we've had for the past year as we move into COVID.
Right. And so obviously with homelessness being such an issue, right, throughout the state, not just here in Sacramento, I would imagine that the pandemic has exacerbated that. I mean, how have you guys been affected by COVID-19 and the ongoing pandemic?
Yeah, so I think you're absolutely right, Patrick. The state as a whole has impacts to poverty and homelessness. And so for us, you know, here in Sacramento, the estimated point in time count has about 5,500 people on any given night experiencing homelessness. And that number is much, much higher as we anticipate that throughout the state of California. So this is pre-COVID, right? And then
Right.
you're told, during the pandemic, hey, everybody's going to shut down. You are supposed to stay indoors, stay safe at home. But what does that look like for folks who are unhoused? What does that look like when you don't have a shelter to close the doors when, you know, we're also experiencing this choking hazard from the fires that have just kind of seeped into Sacramento Valley
Right.
and throughout the state, right? So we're definitely having to navigate all of these challenges while also being a space of respite and welcome. Loaves is very much a human-centric space
Mm,
in that, you know, people who come to our campus, they can access restrooms, where right now with COVID, access to something like a restroom is very, very limited. Um, if they need to take a shower, we have showers for adults and for women and men separately and throughout the campus. We also have hand washing stations. Talking about hygiene and cleanliness is nearly impossible when you don't have access to clean sanitation, water, trash, all of the things that we as folks who are housed have the privilege of access to.
unbelievable. And I think that not only hearing from you today and seeing this video, it's so telling about how much bigger the work that you all do is compared to what we might have assumed, just
Mhm.
knowing the name or maybe hearing the name.
Yeah.
With the increased demand for services, how is or why is, I guess, partnering with a program and a campaign like Our Promise so important, especially right now?
Oh my gosh, it's critical. So Loaves and Fishes, one of the main things that we've always prided ourselves on is that we're not supported by any government funding. That's local, state, or federal. So 100% of what we get in terms of our donations, in terms of items for food, all of that is 100% from the community. Everything that we run here, the 16 programs and services that we have are all from literally people writing their $25 a check, you know, $25 check a month, or, you know, from programs such as the Our Promise campaign. When the pandemic initially hit, a lot of our vendors that we had that we were working with, like for example, for our bread purchase or for essential items, all of that went away because of the fact that there was such a high demand for production. So we were not able to get that bread donation that we relied on every week. We weren't able to get the socks that we needed or the water donations. And so we had to effectively purchase those. And again, with everything going up, as we've seen ourselves when we go grocery shopping, the groceries are going up, the products are going up, and we still have to meet that demand as well. The other thing that happened is that we were also delivering an additional 200 meals to encampments because you can imagine there are many people who are elderly, who are disabled, who do not want to come to the campus because they're afraid of the virus and of contracting it. So we've actually pivoted our programs and services to also accommodate folks who are trying to shelter within the encampments. And again, it's for us to write a grant that can take 3 to 6 months. Funding in Sacramento, as in the state, is just incredibly difficult. It's challenging. It's
Right.
constantly a competition. And the one thing that we've always relied on are everyday people just saying, look, I don't know what else I could do, but I can write a check, I can make a donation, I can spread the word. And that's what the Our Promise campaign does for us.
One of the things that I love so much about the campaign is that for as little as $5 a month, employees can give back some of these worthy organizations, including yours. So it's really, there's a price point, hopefully, that can meet people where they are. And to your point, every dollar helps. Hearing you talk about not only the increased demand, you're now providing additional services and having to pivot the way that you are now providing some former services. So wow, you've got a lot of work on your plate, and certainly we want to help as best that we can. If folks are interested in learning more about the organization, where are some good places that they can go to find out some info?
Yeah, so they can definitely go to our website at sacloaves.org. We are updating our website, so hopefully we'll get some more pertinent information up there. You can also just email me, Erika, it's ERIKA at sacloaves.org. That's a good way to reach out to me. You can always donate in-kind items. So on our website, we do have a needs list. And with the upcoming holidays, one of the things that was so special about Loaves is that our holidays are like no other place. It's really a way for the public, for our community of supporters to actually come in. We invite them into this space. They help make the Thanksgiving meal, the Christmas meal, and that's something that we can't do this year. I also want to mention that there are so many people who have reached out to us to say, I still want to volunteer. I still want to help in some way physically. And we've had to unfortunately tell them we can't have that right now just because of CDC guidelines and because we want to make sure our guests as well as our volunteers are safe. So though we've experienced a really sharp reduction in volunteer services, there's always ways to virtually volunteer as well. And that's something, if you're interested, please do email me. And I'm so super excited to work with you on that and explore new ways of seeing and being together in this kind of COVID post-COVID world.
This 2020 new normal, right? As we were saying earlier.
Right.
Well, thank you so much, Erika. This has been a really enlightening and inspiring conversation. I think as much as we can do again to help promote the good work that you do, we're happy to do that. We'll post a link to the video that you played, as well if you feel comfortable with your email address that folks can get in direct contact with you if they would like to volunteer or donate in some other ways. But on behalf of the entire Our Promise campaign and frankly the state of California, thank you so much for the absolutely vital and amazing, incredible work that you all do day in and day out. Thank you so much, Erika.
Thank you, Patrick. It's a pleasure. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.